25 years it has been since South Africa won a test series in India. And God knows how long, if ever, that we've whitewashed India in India. The second test match was unbelievable for a number of reasons. Starting with the pitch. Completely different to what they played on in the last test match. This pitch was a lot better for batting. It wasn't turning square from day one. Completely different. South Africa win the toss, and as you must always do in India, you must bat first. We bat first. We were 200 odd for 6 at the end of the day, and I was stressed because I could see that there were a lot of runs, and we needed at least like 450, 400 to 450. That's what we needed to be scoring. But I thought some of our top order had thrown away good starts. All of them getting starts. Rickleton and Markram set a fantastic platform, 82 runs. But then there were a couple of wickets that kept falling. Mulder doesn't bat 3. They send up Stubbs, who top scores for the day until later with 49. Dezorzi gets a start. Mulder gets a start. Varane comes in at 8. Bavuma gets a start but gets out. So it was a bit, what have we done here? Then Siran Mutasamy, who's picked as an all-rounder, had a fantastic tour of Pakistan, didn't get picked here. We go for 3 spinners. He puts on a fantastic partnership with Calverain. Calverain, unlucky not to get a 50, gets undone by Jadeja for about 42, 40 something. But Mutasamy goes on, puts on a huge partnership with Marco Jansen, gets his 100, unfortunately gets out. But then Marco Jansen just turns into, I don't know, prime Shahid Afridi, just smashing the ball everywhere. Unfortunately, gets paired with Keshav Maharaj once again batting at number 11, and then decides, I need to get to my 100, and trying to push one to get a single, chops on and gets 93. But saying that, he then uses that aggression. India bat out the rest of the day to finish the day 9 without loss, South Africa 489, as you can see on the screen. Harmer then picks up the... Maharaj picked up Rahul. Harmer then gets one. And then Marco Jansen was just still very angry or pissed off or whatever. He just bounces India out. It was unbelievable. The amount of wickets he got with bounces. It's like the most since they recorded that type of data. He finishes with 6 for 48. And all of them were probably like in his half. Working with that aggression of getting out on 93. You know, it's balls that were short and India are pulling or hitting or doing whatever. They get rolled for 201, despite Kuldeep Yadav playing the best innings he's ever played in his life. He didn't score much. He scored like less than 20, I think, but he faced like 150 balls. So he put on a fantastic partnership. Jaishwal got a 50, but then they just got rolled. Jansen bouncing them out. South Africa going to bat, and for my money, I thought we batted too long. Because all of a sudden, the pitch had gone from, this is quite difficult to bat on, to it's a road again. We get 260 for 5 declared, which I thought was too much. We set them 549 to win. I didn't think we needed the last 50 to 100 runs, but that was mainly because Tristan Stubbs was still batting, and he was trying to get 100. Unfortunately, second South African to miss out on that. He gets 94 before he gets castled by Jadeja. And it left us with roughly probably 100 overs or so to bowl them out. We get in about 15 overs, reduce them to 27 for 2 going into the final day. You would think India would just need to survive. That's why they sent Kuldeep Yadav to bat at 3. He didn't last long. Harmer got him first. Simon Harmer just wrecked India. I don't know. He didn't get man of the match, but he picks up career best figures. Got Rahul the previous night, came in, picked up the first 3 or 4 of the day before eventually Sai Sudrasan fell. And then the match was just ended off with Marco Jansen taking a fantastic diving catch. Ball coming over his head, and he just sticks out his huge left hand and takes a fantastic catch to end the series. And it really was just, it encapsulated everything South Africa had done in this match. We couldn't do anything wrong. Simon Harmer finishes with 17 wickets for the series at an average of 9, which is incredible. And there's not really much to say. Marco Jansen, deserving player of the match. He picks up 7 wickets in the match and scored 93 with the bat. Didn't bat in the second innings. Yeah, and South Africa move on. We don't play Test cricket for a while. The White ODI series does start on Sunday, where a whole bunch of different players will be coming in. But serious questions now about India. I think South Africa showed why they're World Test Championship champions. They played away in Pakistan, went 1-1 there, played now in India 2-0. We've got 4 series left in this World Championship cycle. At home, we've got England and Australia. I believe that's next year, and Bangladesh, and then away in Sri Lanka. So all of our away trips to the subcontinent. This is good. This is a good omen for that, I think. For that trip to Sri Lanka, haven't historically performed well in Sri Lanka, but we don't play them often in Sri Lanka. They come to us fairly often, which is weird. But we'll go there. We know what we're doing with our spin department. Harmer there, Maharaj there, Mutasamy there. Marco Jansen can be used in those conditions. We've got a batting order that seems to understand now a bit better on how to play spin. This wasn't a raging turner, but there was still enough turn for at least our spinners to cause damage. Most of the questions will be directed at India. Can Gautam Gambhir keep his job? Can these players be acceptable? This is the second whitewash in the last 3 series. They lost 3-0 to New Zealand. They beat the West Indies and have now lost 2-0 to us. After losing 2 series in 14 years under Virat Kohli, they've now lost 2 in 12 months. Whitewashes. So, questions over this group of Indian players. Obviously, they've lost Kohli, they've lost Rohit, they've lost Ashwin. They've lost huge amounts of experience, huge amounts of runs, huge amounts of wickets. So it is a younger team. They're not stable. I think the openers are set, Rahul and Jaiswal. Jaiswal did all right. I think, he gets unlucky to get the 50 and then gets one that just bounces and he chips it to point. Marco Jansen taking a fantastic catch. Rahul didn't score a lot, but you could see he still is very composed and stuff. It wasn't easy conditions. Harmer gets him with a beautiful one in the second innings. So their opening combination is set. Obviously, Gill, when he's fit, bats at 3. Rishabh Pant became India's 34th captain ever, the second wicketkeeper after MS Dhoni to captain the Test side. He was batting at 5. So the idea was Sudarsan at 3, Jurel at 4, who seems a fantastic player, just wasn't able to show it in these 2 matches. Pant at 5, 6 was, I think, Nitish Kumar Reddy or Washington Sundar. Yeah, so they had the 3 all-rounders. It was Kumar Reddy, who'd come in for Akshar Patel, Washington Sundar, Ravi Jadeja, and then you had the 3 number 11s, I suppose. Kuldeep showing he's probably more of a number 9. Played really, really well. Bumrah and Siraj. Bumrah surprisingly ineffective in this match. He really didn't cause the South African batsman too many problems. I think we just ran him into the dirt. He just had to bowl too many overs. I think that was the huge problem. So yeah, South Africa playing fantastically well. India, you're asking questions. Bumrah, under Virat Kohli, didn't play a lot of home games. He was saved for going to South Africa, going to Australia, going to England, going to New Zealand. These fast, bouncy wickets. Do they need to explore different seamers? Their spinners in this match seemed surprisingly ineffective. They were effective in the previous game, but everybody was effective because it was really difficult to bat. On these slightly flatter conditions, Test match went 5 days, nearly went to full distance, nearly went to the final session. Surprisingly ineffective for the amount of overs that we bowled. South Africa facing nearly 160 overs in their first innings. So questions there, questions on that middle order of India. Gill will bat at 4. Pant for the time being will bat at 5. And then it's the combination of Kumar Reddy, Washington Sundar and Jadeja. Obviously, Kuldeep probably only plays in India. He doesn't go away when they tour. So India have questions to answer. Who's also batting at 3? That is a spot that they're struggling. Washington batted there in the first Test match. Now they're bringing Sai Sudarsan. They obviously also had Divat Padikkal in the squad. Jarrell's name's been tossed around. He obviously moved up to 4. So lots of questions for this Indian team. Questions for the head coach. They had a fantastic series in England, that 2-2, but they're struggling at home. And, in the World Test Championship, you want to contest away, but you have to win your home games. A 2-2 with England would be fantastic if they won the series against us and against New Zealand. They've obviously beaten the West Indies. Although I think the loss to the New Zealand was in the previous cycle, so not affecting them in this one. South Africa, really, really good, near the top of the standings, and 2 tricky home series coming up. But I think that's only in September next year, so Test cricket takes a break for a while in South Africa. Not that we've had much of it. Attention's focused to white ball. We've got the ODI series and then the T20 series. It is then Betway SA20 before the West Indies playoffs. And India move on. Very, very interesting turn of events.